Our city is suffering. 4 days ago in Calabasas, 9 lives were lost, leaving a gaping hole in the heart of Los Angeles. We gather tonight in the house that Kobe Bryant built to honor him and them. Kobe was as synonymous with Southern California as the sunshine. He touched every inch of it. He arrived in LA a prodigy, grew into a phenomenon, and retired a local institution and international icon. The outpouring of the past 96 hours is evidence of his everlasting impact. Whether he played for your team or against it, his allure was unmistakable. The dynamism, the determination, the drive. He won 5 championships with the Lakers, and shortly after unfurling his final fadeaway, earned an Academy Award. He was a storyteller, a mentor, and above all, a father. His 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, was a basketball star in her own right. Join us in tribute to Kobe, Gigi, and all the victims, mourned throughout the Southland and across the globe. Orange Coast College baseball coach John Altobelli, his wife Carrie, and their daughter, Alyssa. Sarah Chester and her daughter, Peyton. Mamba Academy basketball coach Christina Mauser, and pilot Ara Zobayan.
Yes, everybody, you're listening to Agree to Disagree. You got your boy JT checking in real quick. We got our other hosts in the building. First Class, where you at?
What's good, everybody? We back. Clearly, we didn't want to be back this early, but we're back because of a special reason, and clearly you'll figure it out today. So here we are.
For sure. Forte, you in the building?
Absolutely. And here as always, man. Superfly Forte here. And won't get too much into about what we've been up to because, like you said, we got a special episode today, so we're gonna keep it on that for today, and then we'll get back to our stuff later on. Man.
Absolutely,
for sure. So, I mean, once again, it's Agree to Disagree, and we are here for a special reason. That reason being, in the last couple days, I would say,
last Sunday to be exact.
Yeah, we lost a great one. We lost someone, I think, who hits home for everybody. Whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're a mother, a father, a parent, a basketball player, sports, movies, just across the board. I think he touched everybody. His name is Kobe Bryant. He was lost amongst 8 others. And we just felt that we had to do this, man. We just had to kind of celebrate him, celebrate what he was about, and just, kind of put it out there, how we feel, what everybody's been going through and stuff like that, right? So I know I think all of us, it means a lot, but my boy First Class, this is his favorite guy. This is his guy. So I'm going to let him start off, with however he wants to start off. I'm going to let him start off.
I don't know how you started off. I mean, it really crushed me. So, if you're paying attention to our previous episodes, there was mention of me doing something. It wasn't really mentioned too much what it was. I've been working on a web series. I'm hoping to be executive producer of this web series as well as lead writer. And Sunday was our first day of shooting. And it was a successful day of shooting. Also, I signed up for a men's league. And it was also the first day of that And it just so happened that because it was, I got invited from a coworker, so it wasn't really a planned thing. And so he said, our team wears purple and black, grab a jersey. I used to play in a league called the ABL, and one of the teams was a purple team. And it just so happened that I wore number 8. So I wore number 8 that day in my Kobe's, went back to the shoot, and it was a successful day. And then all of a sudden, one of my friends says, "What? Kobe's gone?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And like everybody's heard unanimously from everybody else, I thought it was a lie. I didn't believe it. I thought it was a hoax. I needed more news, more research, and then it came. And I looked at my phone. I saw about 10 missed calls. One of those were you, Superfly. I think deep down in my gut, once I saw the calls, the missed calls, I knew. I remember making a comment saying, "I hate this. The only thing that I can look at for somewhat of comfort is that Gigi can carry on his legacy." And then 10 minutes later, I found out about Gigi. And I don't know, man. I mean, if I was crushed before, that was the final blow. And I was a wreck. I've never met Kobe Bryant.
I think a lot of people haven't met Kobe Bryant, but at the end of the day,
I've never cried like that for somebody that I've never met. I was crushed, and I only put up a post today. I've written so many things and just deleted it because I couldn't do it. And I'm gonna get to my story of Kobe after, but that's how it happened for me. And just listening to everybody talk and everything, and thinking like, the way that I cried, imagine how Vanessa is. Imagine how his father is. Imagine how his family is. You know what I mean? Imagine how Lamar Odom is. You've seen LeBron today. Imagine what you don't see. You know what I mean? It hurt. This one hurt. We lost Nip last year, and that hurt. But this was different, man, for me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And yeah, this really hit home. Like really, really, really hit home. That's why we're drinking tonight. We don't usually drink on A2D, but we have to for you, Bean. So, Forte, I'll pass the mic to you.
Yeah. Where was I when it happened? I was out actually with my daughter. We went to get some pizza, and we were just eating pizza, and I got a text message on my phone from somebody. It just said Kobe with like a bunch of hashtags and question marks. And I was like, I was confused, like, because I wasn't on social media, so I didn't see anything. I just got that message. I was mad confused. So I carried on the conversation, like not even knowing what was going on. And then like maybe like 15 minutes later, I log into Instagram, and then I see what happened. I was like, oh, that's what they're referring to. So like First Class said, like when you see something like that, the first thing in your mind is, that's not true. You're not going to believe that. But then more and more sources, more and more stories, and you realize it is true. And you're like, damn. Like you said, like I called him. He's probably one of the first people I called because I know the connection that he had with Kobe. I was like, I know it must be hitting him pretty hard. So I was like, let me check in on him. But it's rough, man. It's rough because it's one thing for him, but like you said, when I heard that his daughter was on the helicopter as well, I was like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like he didn't live his full life, but he lived a life. Like she was just getting started. Like, man, as a parent, that's rough. Like, no parent should ever have to bury their kids. And like you said, I can't even imagine what Vanessa and the rest of the family is going through, because that's the way that it happened, the way that it's on TV every single day, on the radio every single day, everywhere you look is this. So like, you can't even grieve in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's an airy feeling, and it's been since it happened last Sunday. It's just been like a weird vibe. Like, the next day I went to work, it was just weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just had a weird feeling.
I didn't even want to go to work. I went to call in sick.
I think for everybody, it's just not real. It's one of those feelings where you think it's not. It's gonna change. Like, you wake up, maybe everybody's gonna be like, nah, you know, it was a mistake, it didn't happen. But it's, I think that's why it leaves that airy feeling. We all thought, seeing him on TV, seeing his accolades, seeing what he was doing, he was gonna live a long, healthy. We were gonna see him in his old age, accepting his Hall of Fame and whatever else. You know what I mean? And to see that he nobody's immortal, nobody, you mean, has tomorrow promise. So I think it's just one of those where it hits home and brings everybody back to that. You gotta appreciate the now and then, you know. I think for myself, it was actually weird. I was on a flight back from Houston, and I was on my way to Toronto, and I would just finished from watching a movie, and the flight has like in TV service or whatever. So I was like, okay, the movie's done. I'm like, let me see what's on TV or whatever. So I was flipping through the channels, and I briefly like glanced through CNN, and the first line that I read, it says it was like Kobe's daughter dies in fiery helicopter crash or something like that, right? So right away my brain is like, damn. I'm like, yo, as a parent, I'd be crushed. And at this point, I didn't know Kobe was in the helicopter too. I thought it was just her. So I'm like, yo, as a parent, that's like crazy. I don't know what to do, blah blah blah, you know. And it wasn't until like, I want to say maybe like 2 hours later, when the flight was getting closer to home, and I realized that everybody on the flight, like when I glance over and look at seats, everybody's watching CNN. So I'm like, let me just go back and see what's really up. And then that's when I realized that he was also on the plane. So I almost felt like I got hit with a double whammy, because I was like, I wasn't expecting him. I knew about her, and then I found out it was him, and I'm like, nah, this can't be real, right? And then same thing. I'm like, but it's on CNN. Everybody's watching this. Like, it has to be real type of thing, right? And yeah, it just I think it just raised like 1,000 questions all at once. You know, normally it's like, oh, you know, someone passed or whatever, and you know that everybody's not going to live forever. But for him, it was just kind of like, what do you mean the helicopter? Why was he in the helicopter? Where was he going? You know, why was his daughter with him? You know what I mean? Who are these other people who were on the flight with him? Stuff of that nature, right? So it was like, I think it just raised 1,000 questions one time. So for me, that's kind of how I found out. But yeah, man, I think for everybody across the board, like I mentioned earlier in the show, Kobe hit so many platforms and so many different demographics. You know, the husband, the father, the ball player, the philanthropist. So it's just like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to him in many different ways, you know? So, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And First Class mentioned it today. I think today's the first day that the Lakers are playing since that happened, right?
Yeah.
So they did an amazing tribute to him before the game. LeBron spoke amazingly of him and the situation and the fans and everybody coming together. And yeah, I just feel like it puts everything in perspective for everybody. That's what this whole situation has done. I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of, I mean, what do you think the Lakers could do next for Kobe? Like, I mean, do you feel like they've done everything since?
I think you've done everything. I think now you got to win the chip. it's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. But I mean, I look at it like, if you talk about passing the torch, there's not going to be a torch passed.
What better way to do it?
Any more dramatic than this?
Oh.
I mean, you know, the torch was already passed, but now it's like all eyes on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's on your shoulders, and if LeBron fails this year, if he goes out swinging,
Yeah.
that's the Kobe way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I mean? If he lays down, which he won't, then that's different. But it's not even necessarily about winning or losing. It's about how you win and how you lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that now, if this is to motivate you, you shouldn't be playing basketball anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're in his house, and yeah, you gotta win.
Gotta win.
You gotta win.
That clock is ticking.
And not only that, but I support you now. You know, we'll touch on that a little bit later, but I support you now. This one's for Bean.
For sure. For sure. How many of you guys have seen the videos of Kobe, Gigi, working out, shooting balls, playing in games?
Yeah, it's been. I was saying earlier, like I never really seen a lot of the videos prior to this past week, but seeing all these now, it's like it makes it hit a bit harder because it's like especially as a father, it's like this is stuff that you aspire to be. This is a relationship you aspire to have with your kids. You know what I mean? So on one side, it's like you look at it like they're both in the helicopter together. So it's like at the end of the day, he was there for her at her most important time of need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the other side is like she had such a promising future that she's never gonna get to live out. So,
and for me, I think the end result of what you're saying is the same. But I do follow Kobe, and I've watched it, and it's like it was like a movie. You know what I mean? You got to see Kobe play his 20 years. He went out with 60 points. He's done with the game. And now all of a sudden his daughter is playing amazing like him. And then if you put in the big pictures, like you got Bronny, you got Zaire Wade, all these second generation players. But now you have somebody that's going to lead the WNBA.
Yeah.
And the way that she was taking off,
yeah.
I mean, and then on top of it, the father-daughter relationship. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to make it in the NBA. I wasn't good enough. But if I could be like that with my daughter and then see her get in the NBA, that would be a dream come true.
Crazy.
But this is the best player, arguably, teaching his daughter, and you can see, not that he's teaching her, but that she's getting it while he's doing that. And it's just... Like Superfly said, she's robbed of her dreams. She's robbed of living out that Mamba life. And having her dad, who's a legend, watch her do things that she's never done before and reach those pinnacles. And you know what I mean? And then on another side, as being a father, Natalia, you know what I mean? The oldest now has to be more mature than she's ever been, and realize that my daddy's never gonna walk me down the aisle. You know what I mean? The other ones are too young right now
to really comprehend what.
Again, it's a lot.
100%. For me, same thing. I think as Forte. I knew she played ball. I just didn't know to what extent, and I haven't seen the videos, but after watching the videos, it was scary, man. It was scary how much she was like him. It was scary how her drive to be better, to play better. Even when her raw emotions came out, a lot of the character traits of him, things that he did in games, she's doing. And it was just like, whoa, like, this is like a reincarnation, like
pretty much.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's tough to know that they had that father-daughter relationship, to see those videos. But I think, I mean, obviously it's a tragedy, but what I found, and looking at it, I mean, everybody always looks at things different, is because they did have that father-daughter relationship, because Kobe is who he is, and they got to go to games and go sit courtside. I find that there's a lot of very candid, intimate moments between him and his daughter. Like, they got some amazing shots of how they interacted with each other, moments that they shared, laughing and stuff like that. And I mean, for the average person, we I don't think catch all those moments. You know what I mean? We catch some of them, but how they caught them for Kobe and Gigi, I just think like some of the photos were amazing. And I mean, one of the ones that stick out for the most for me is like their family portrait.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they took that, and that one stands out to me like really hard, because it's like, that's a beautiful family photo, and I'm sure that's up in their house somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And now to know that two people from that photo are never coming home. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a hard one. And Vanessa, I mean, I know women are strong, but boy,
that's a lot of weight.
I feel she's carrying a lot of weight. And I mean, I think for most people in the situation, they would need a minute to check out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Check out, kind of gather themselves and check back in. But she has a little one that's like months old. Two little ones. Yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean? One that's like 7 months, 8 months. Yeah. They depend on you. You know what I mean? So she can't really check out. She still has to be there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, all we could do is pray for her and, man, stay strong. That's all I can say. Stay strong.
Let me ask you guys, what's your how do you word this? What's your Kobe timeline, I guess you could call it? Or like, you know, how did you follow Kobe? I'll go last, because obviously that was my guy.
How did I follow Kobe?
Mm-hmm.
How did I follow Kobe?
You want to think about it?
Yeah, if you got something, you can go ahead. I kind of, you go ahead.
Okay, so how did I follow Kobe? I first heard about Kobe doing the whole leap from high school into the league.
Okay.
That was the first whisper, you know, this great 18-year-old basketball player who's going to jump from high school into the league. I was like, okay. I'm like, clearly he thinks he's good enough, so we're going to see what he's all about. So that was kind of the first thing. I think the second real thing was when he got drafted, the trade that was made right away that sent him to the Lakers. And I was like, okay. I mean, 18-year-old coming in, getting traded to the Lakers, not too bad. I think just after that, I didn't really follow him throughout the season, but I do remember him for the All-Star weekend.
Okay. And
in particular, winning the dunk-off. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the little swag he had for winning the dunk-off, I was like, okay. From there, I also kind of heard the whispers of, I guess, him and Brandy dating. Mm-hmm. And the music industry, so it was like which one of those where it's like, okay, so I mean, he's young, he's in the industry, you know, he's attached to people and stuff like that. And I just think from there it was just little small moments, seeing him face up against Jordan, seeing him face up against some of, I think, the older heads in the league, and he's the younger guy, but to me it just kind of looked like he fit, which was the weirdest thing ever, because I'm like, this young guy standing beside Michael, but he doesn't look like a young punk. He looks like a young guy who's gonna do his thing, you know what I mean? So I think from there it was just kind of just following him, seeing him progress and stuff like that over time. And then, you know, once some of the older guys started retiring out of the league, Jordan left and stuff like that, I think just seeing him kind of blossom especially when it came to playoff time, doing his thing. I definitely remember the moment where I think he kind of like does a crossover with in one of the finals. I think this is Western. It's actually Scottie Pippen who's guarding him. He crosses up Scottie Pippen and he throws the lob to Shaq, and I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? So he had a lot of moments, but I feel like he got like a lot of epic ones. Like he's that guy who transcended between the older guys and the newer generation coming in. And then even when he was considered the older guy in the league, he was still killing it. Like the younger guys had nothing on him. You know what I mean? So I remember a good, I would say, section, but it was in parts. It wasn't a whole story because I wasn't really a Lakers fan. But yeah, so had an amazing career. That's all I can say.
And that's similar to me because I didn't really follow Kobe like early in his career. I sort of like started to pick up momentum on him more so as a rival because I was a Boston fan, and you know that Boston LA rivalry was serious. So like them going back like those finals, like that's when like it really like tuned into Kobe at that point. It's like okay, like you could do it with Shaq, you could do it by yourself, like okay,
he's here.
So I always respected Kobe. I was never like a huge fan of him, only because I was a big Ray Allen fan. I was a big Boston fan with KG. So it's like, to me, like Kobe is the guy we got to get past. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the guy we got to beat. Like that's the number one target. We got to beat him and get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So that's my history of Kobe. Like obviously there's lots and lots of free and like just moments that he's had just watching him play. Moments that I didn't enjoy, obviously.
I mean, when he's always taking on your team, it's a little hard to enjoy, right?
But looking back at it now, it's like, damn, like that was the guy. And then again, as you get older, and even later on through his career, like as I pay more attention, you appreciate his work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like
beast.
Going back to the interviews that he does, like I think there's an interview with who was it? I think it was Iverson. He said he was out with Kobe. Like they both just got drafted. He was out with Kobe. Kobe took him to dinner. After dinner, Kobe's like, "Yo, what are you gonna do?" Iverson's like, "I'm gonna go to the club. What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm gonna go to the gym." Like, and this is like rookie season. You know what I mean? Like he had that drive from like day one. Like he knew what he wanted to do. Yeah. He set his intentions. He set his goals, and like there was nothing like, you know what I'm saying, like swaying him in any other direction other than where he wanted to go. So. Something like that you gotta respect, man.
Gotta respect hard work.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
First class. Give us the history lesson.
Right? Some of that Ian J. Shout out to Ian J.
Ian J.
All right, so for Kobe tonight.
So while he does that, we gonna give him a little setup time because he gonna give us a history lesson right now. But I mean, Kobe, he I think has a lot of memories. And I think a lot of people are. I think if you didn't like him at some point, you had to respect him.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just one of those things. I think even if we go back to the Jordan era, there's a lot of people who weren't Chicago fans, and I'm sure they were like we have to go up against this guy. You know what I mean? So it's that mama mentality, man.
All right. So. I was kind of like Forte way earlier than Forte. My first favorite player was Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed, okay.
Jordan, I loved him because everybody else loved him. Mm-hmm. And when I seen him play, I was like, he's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But I never really got the full exposure with Jordan. I never really paid attention to basketball as a whole at that time. So for me, it was more so going through a transition, and my transition was seeing Kobe take out all these guys, not by himself obviously, but you know, Garnett couldn't pass him. Rasheed Wallace with Scottie Pippen, with Steve Smith, with Arvydas Sabonis. Like these are great teams that couldn't get past them, and I was like, man, this guy's good, but I can't like him because he's beating my guy. But then eventually, like, I started really getting into ball more and really watching NBA more and really watching Kobe. And the more and more and more I watched him, it was just like, he's not even moving. It's like seeing somebody walk on water.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, it's just so smooth. And to Superfly's point, of course, when you have that work ethic. So seeing him do the things he's done, and it was just a manifestation from there. You talked about that pass to Shaq. I remember it.
Epic.
I remember
Epic.
Shaq running up. My favorite moment with Kobe, truthfully, is when he played against Phoenix, because at that point, Raja Bell was guarding him, and in that series, Raja Bell said something, and he said, "Who's Raja Bell? I don't even know who that guy is." And then after that, they went, and Kobe won the series on the last shot, came off the court like this, pulled his shirt over, and you seen his son, and like, I don't know, man, the way that Kobe just embodied the game.
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
care who you were, what time it was.
It was business.
Forte told a story. There's a story about him going out with one of his new teammates, and one of his teammates was like, "Yo, we're going to the club tonight, like you said, and you should come with us." He's like, "No problem, I'll come. But if I come, you make sure that you're here at 5 a.m. because we're working out in the gym." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. If I do what you want to do, you gotta do what I gotta do." And he showed up, and they worked out, and ultimately it made him better. And it's just going through moments like that.
Yeah.
Kobe's rape charge that he should have never got. But watching a man publicly have to fight for his wife, go to court, and while he can possibly be found guilty, play the games of his life with a broken finger. It astonishes me.
A lot of the things that he did.
Watching a man tear his ACL and stand on his own 2 feet because he has to hit those free throws. You're not playing the game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I have to hit those free throws and walk by yourself. It just showed a different determination.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, the more and more I watched Kobe, the more and more I fell in love with him. You know what I mean? And to top it off, you score 60 points in your last game. And
6 points.
while you watch that game, he didn't do it flawlessly like he's used to. He didn't do it effortless. You can see that he gave every inch of him. He was tired. He was exhausted, but he scored 60 points. Shaq asked for 50. I'm going to give you 60.
He went out with a bang.
And then,
He went out with a bang.
to put the cherry on top, you go and win an Oscar.
Yeah.
So it's just going through this whole ride with him, through his triumphs, through his tribulations, through everything, and then thinking, hey, I want to be like you.
Yeah. I
never
could do
want
that.
I never wanted to be like Mike. I was never that kid. I want to be like Kobe. You've been there before when we play ball and people yell at Kobe.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to throw up those shots as much as you guys call me Kobe, because that's my guy. He's
Yeah.
been my guy. And furthermore, like he said, history lesson. Kobe's always played for Lakers. Ray Allen played for the Bucks. He wasn't going to win a championship there. He went to Seattle. Wasn't going to win a championship there. Oh, shoot. He's on Boston now.
Boston.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh. KG's coming. What are we going to do, Kobe? We're going to play him in the finals. I remember that finals like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And the way that Kobe was hurt, I was hurt. 'Cause I thought we had that finals. Paul Pierce played his ass off.
He did. He did, for sure.
And then what happened? Kobe cried for the first time. And the next year he came and won. Beat the Orlando Magic. But that's not who we really wanted.
Yeah, that's not who he wanted.
So next year we're coming back.
Yeah.
And we're going to defeat Boston. And a lot of people don't even know this. Kobe played pretty bad in his last game.
Yeah, he actually that series, he throughout the series he played decent,
Alright.
but that
The
game,
last game?
yeah, He actually did play
but they
good.
still won because of the determination that he put in every one of those teammates.
Yeah, 100%.
And those are the moments that you live for, to say like, so 2 years ago you lost them, you came back and then you went back to back.
Yeah.
And where's Shaquille? Oh, he's not here.
Yeah.
Because when Shaquille won, he made a joke, right?
Yeah.
But now you have 5. He has 4. He always topped everything,
Yeah, that was his goal.
with the exception of Jordan. You know what I mean? But just that personification alone, how can I not look up to you? How can you not be an example to me?
Yeah.
And then now I have a daughter, and you've been demonstrating how you can be a father for a daughter. There's no words, and that's why I always cry tears for Kobe, man. That's my guy. That's my dude. I play in Kobe's. I try to play like Kobe. I'm a big guy. Like, my position is supposed to be a big, but I shoot like Kobe. I'll tell you.
I mean, it is what it is, yo. That's your guy.
That's
So
my guy. That's my guy.
I mean,
I don't know, man. Kobe was like, there's always one in like every generation where it's like you're just wired differently. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about them that's just, it's different. Like, you know, when somebody is meant, like, everybody has like a talent. Everybody has like something that you're born to do. But when you actually do what you're born to do, like, you could see the difference than somebody else that's working towards that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put in the work, but like, he was just wired differently. You guys remember, like, one thing that always I still kind of like throws me off when he got into it with Matt Barnes.
Yep.
And Matt Barnes was out of bounds and tried to fake him with the ball, and Kobe did not flinch. Like,
I think, like,
you can't tell me a man that would not flinch.
I would flinch.
Everybody would flinch.
I would flinch.
Everybody would flinch.
I was
They'd flinch.
confused.
They'd throw a punt. They do something. Kobe was so composed. Like, there was nothing that he would like.
Let me tell you something though. He cheated. That's my guy, but he cheated. The reason he did not flinch is because he was moving. If he was still, he might have flinched.
Nah, I don't think it made a difference.
I don't know.
He was rocking back and forth, but nah.
But that's one of those moments where I'm watching you, you know? And then he had...
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're watching, so you're paying attention, so you see it coming.
True.
So you should still
And then you have
flinch.
so much bravado that you said, you know what? You didn't get me, but I like that you did that. Why don't you play with us? You know what I mean?
yeah, come on my team.
Yeah.
I got you. You're my boy.
That's what I'm saying. He's just wired differently, man. Like,
So
he was so locked in, like, just locked in.
And that's the thing. Jordan came in, and he had to get better, but he had super talent. LeBron is LeBron.
Yeah.
Like,
he's just a beast.
but
He was
Kobe
built.
had to work.
Yeah.
Kobe played on the bench his first year as a rookie.
No, I hear
You know what
you.
I mean? Like,
I hear you.
He had to work for that.
He had to work.
And you know what? Shouts to Jerry West for believing in him, man.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of the I think the razzle dazzle that I really enjoyed from Kobe is in I'd say his first 3 years. His first 3 years, he caught a lot of people. He dunked on a lot of people.
Yep.
Divock caught it. You had Dirk Nowitzki who caught it. Steve Nash caught it. There's a bunch of them. The list goes on. And Dwight Howard caught it.
Yep.
Rookie year. Dwight Howard's rookie year. I remember I used to have a shirt like this one that had that picture.
Yeah, bro, he caught a lot of people, and I was like, damn, like this young kid, no regard. It's game time.
But even the fact of like his pump fake, you're jumping. If you're not jumping on the second one, you're jumping on the third one. You're jumping. Or the fact that like he's dribbling and he takes that three and you're like, no, like, how is that going in?
Yeah, some of his threes were ridiculous.
But
You're
it's
like,
going in.
I mean, yeah.
Shaq told a story and he's like, Kobe used to practice when he was a rookie without the ball. Just dribbling.
That's what I'm saying. Wired differently.
And Shaq
bro.
is like, what the hell are you doing?
Wired differently, man.
But he was practicing.
Yeah.
He was foreplaying everything.
That's it.
In his mind.
It's like when you're in the playground and you're counting down your head 3, 2, 1. You put that shot up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's game time. Let me
game
see if I hit that. But I feel like he always had that.
Of
He
course.
always had that going on in his head.
And you don't know what he had in store. What else was coming, you know?
Yeah.
And like we touched on before, man, Gigi. to see that go through a different blood, or not different, but the same bloodline, but a different generation.
Yeah.
She was gonna kill it.
She would have. I think both of them together, like even him, the way he was pushing the WNBA, the way he was pushing like women's basketball, like they would have changed the game forever, man.
Forever.
They would have changed the game. I don't know, like if that momentum's still gonna keep going. But I know they would have made a big splash in that women's basketball.
I hope it does, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It's one of those. So I mean, a couple of things. I want to see how you guys feel about them. So the first one is after this tragedy, there's been a petition to change the NBA logo.
You asking me?
I'm just putting it out there. I mean,
there's no question over here. You already know I'm 100% in.
You would do it.
Jerry West approved it. 1, 2.
Isn't it him who's on the original logo?
Yeah. Why is he on the original logo?
At that time, I guess. I don't know.
That's the thing. I think like it's time for a change, definitely. Yeah. So it's definitely a great idea. Why is there one logo for one? Like, if the logo is a person, like an actual person, then it shouldn't be the same logo for the entire NBA life.
Entirety.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, definitely change it up.
But change it to Kobe.
Change it to Kobe. That's what I mean.
I honestly,
50 years, 100 years from now, you might change it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want it forever. But I mean, what's future though?
I think he deserves it, man. He definitely changed the game. His legacy is like in the NBA, outside the NBA.
I'm definitely for it. I'm definitely for it. And you can see right now when you look at the logo up close, it has I want to say an older style to it, because you can tell that the player that they used was from back in the day. I feel like it needs an update. It's time. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Especially with the way the NBA's evolved, certain things that have happened. You know what I mean? It's time for the update. So I mean, if anybody's listening, A2D saying change the logo.
And we're not disagreeing at all. We're 100% agreeing with it. Change that logo to my guy.
I mean, Mambo. Get that petition signed up, man.
I signed it.
I think,
Why not?
I think the NBA probably should do it. And I don't see them, like, I think there's a good chance that they could do it. Did you guys hear about the what they're doing for the All-Star game, though?
So, I'm a Kobe guy. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. My problem was it was confusing. And I don't know how.
So all it is that for example, if the score at third quarter is 199, 100 to 99, I only have to score 24 while you have to score 25. So the winning team has to score 24 more, and the losing team has to make up that difference.
Okay, so follow me if I'm correct. You said 100 to 99. So if I'm the team that needs to score 25 and I score 25, the game is now tied.
No, the game is done.
No, the game's done.
The game's over.
But it's tied.
No.
I get what you're saying, but
it's not tied.
It wouldn't be tied?
You have to score 24. I have to
score 25.
So
the other team has to score 24.
So whoever gets that number first wins.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which I
like the fact that the teams are going to represent Gigi and Kobe by winning the numbers. That part I love.
But
the number thing went a little bit too.
I think that was too much.
It went a little bit too left field.
I like that you're trying to incorporate everything in him, but sometimes less is more.
Yeah,
and I think
they overdid it with that one.
Yeah,
they overdid it with that one,
especially in an All-Star game, because like. In the All-Star game, he scored 24 points in like 4 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the fourth quarter is going to be 4 minutes? That doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to ruin the game, but it is what it is.
You know what? It doesn't even matter. Hopefully, hopefully we'll like it when we see it.
Hopefully. Hopefully the guys that are actually playing understand, like, this is the fourth quarter. So, like, from the first second, we got to go hard.
I want 4 quarters of good basketball. Okay.
Well, you're not.
You're not really gonna get 4 quarters. You're gonna get 3, right? Because the fourth one is that 24 point.
No, but normally you only get the fourth. Is what I'm saying. You normally only get one good quarter. Everybody else is playing around the first 3 quarters, and then they want to win in the fourth quarter.
I want 2.5 good quarters.
Okay. I mean, I wrote some stuff down. What do you his accolades over his ball career? Crazy.
I mean,
I'm gonna start at the top and I'm gonna work my way down. So 95-96, McDonald's All-American. Gets into the league. Or sorry, before he gets into the league, he's also a 2-time Olympic gold medal winner.
not before you.
Not before he gets in the league, but that's also once he gets into the league, then these are all of his accomplishments over his career. So 5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 1-time NBA Most Valuable Player, 18-time NBA All-Star, 4-time NBA All-Star MVP, 11-time All NBA First Team, 2-time NBA Second Team, 2-time NBA All Third Team, 9-time NBA All Defensive First Team, 3-time NBA All Defensive Second Team, 2-time NBA Scoring Champ, NBA Slam Dunk Contest Champion.
Oh, you're still not done. Continue.
NBA All Rookie Second Team. Was also the Naismith Prep Player of the Year.
Okay, that one I didn't know. Go on.
And retired 2 jerseys, number 8 and number 24.
Also scored 81 on my Toronto Raptors.
81.
Also scored 60 points on those Dallas Mavericks.
So if we talk about the points, he's one of 2 players to score more than 80 points. So you have him and Wilt Chamberlain.
And that's it.
That's some serious company.
It'll never happen again, I don't think.
I don't think in any generation coming up that's.
I gotta tell you though, Kobe, I'm looking at the sky right now. I'm upset that you did that to us.
Yeah.
You could have picked any other.
I was actually hurt. I can't even lie. I was really, really hurt.
But either way, you scored 81.
Yep. Did you guys also know that both Kobe and Michael Jordan are the only players to record 5 games in their careers of 60 points or more? Like when you talk about Kobe, like he gets mentioned in categories with elite.
Trying to give me the coronavirus.
So Kobe, he just gets mentioned in these amazing elite categories. Like I don't know, man. It's one of those where you can't deny him.
It's testament, man. You put in the work.
So many people denied him. The only time that every single person loved him was his retirement tour, and now that he passed.
It was like, that's the thing. When you're on top, though, you're gonna like people love you on the way to the top. When you're on top, nobody loves you. Yeah, nobody loves you when you're on top. So that's just one of the things you got to deal with. But like you said, towards like the end of his career, and then when he retired, like you can't deny it at that point. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not even competing. So what are you gonna hate? What are you gonna hate now? You know, it's like he's not beating your favorite team anymore. So what are you gonna hate him for?
I think it was just it was a change, and I think most people are not inviting to change. So the way I look at it, like don't get me wrong, I was a Jordan fan for part of my life, but Jordan came into the league when I was born. So did I really see or notice Jordan for most of his career? Absolutely not. I was alive and witnessed Kobe Bryant from the day he got drafted to the day he retired. You know what I mean? So realistically speaking, he is the Jordan that I know. Whereas, the older heads who would say, ball got soft and stuff, their Jordan is Jordan, right? And for them now to have to love Kobe was like, nah, there's no way we could do that. You know what I mean? So I think that was the major thing. It was change. And I don't think everybody they weren't ready for that. They thought Jordan was going to, play forever, live forever, just kind of do his thing. But
even that, gave Jordan 55 before he retired.
Stop this.
You know what I mean? Like, He doesn't care. He's relentless. He's a black mamba. He will strike at any point, anytime, to anyone. Period.
Oh man, out of the two numbers, do you prefer the 8 or the 24, or you like both?
I like both. The fact that 24 and 8 go into each other is even more amazing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It looks like
You know what I
first
mean?
class's brain is like exploding. Like this is just
That's
pure
how-
genius.
That's how you are when you're a Kobe fan. You work 8 hours a day. Kobe works 24. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I do love both of the numbers. I feel like they're different Kobe's.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I feel like
but
I
the
like
numbers, but the numbers match up. That's the crazy part.
his
You know
brain
what I
is
mean?
still
And
on fire.
They are different Kobe's.
No, for sure. Like the number 8 is the young McSwagger Kobe.
Yeah.
See, you call it young swagger Kobe, which is true. I call it Fro Kobe.
Fro Kobe, yeah, he had hair back then
Yeah, the
too.
young Fro.
Yeah.
You try to rap a little. You try to do.
Yeah,
your
try to do a
thing.
little bit of
You know what I
everything.
mean? You're with Adidas, the new Kobe. I'm the leader now. I'm trying to teach the young generation. I'm at Nike. You know. I'm still a killer, but now
Mind
I'm
you-
changing the way I kill.
Mind you, I like his second pair of shoes with Adidas.
Listen, his first shoes were not that great,
Not his first. I said his second.
but the second ones were phenomenal.
Yeah, the second Kobe's. Yeah, with Adidas, they did a thing.
And then it kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, they went a little
And then
too
you were
left.
to Nike, and it was like, damn. But yeah,
For sure. What's your favorite jersey combination?
what do you mean?
So for me, out of the Lakers jerseys, I like the black and gold. So black jersey with the gold writing. I don't know. I just like the way that looked.
Mine's the white and yellow with the championship. With the championship logo on there, you know, the championship badge.
Yeah. Okay.
But I also love the red All-Star Toronto jersey. That's the one where he kisses Giannis, and I love that one. What were you, Forte?
I'm not a Lakers fan, guys.
Yeah,
I can't.
his is the black and green Boston.
Yeah, he sounds salty right now. He sounds salty. So in you know, this whole tragic situation, them talking about Kobe, I learned that Kobe had a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Like I heard you mention Bean earlier. I didn't.
That's not actually. It's a nickname, but that's actually his middle.
No. I know it's actually his middle name, but they called him that too. We obviously know the Black Mamba.
Okay.
KB24.
Right.
Okay.
Vino.
Yep.
Didn't know that one.
He likes that wine. That's wine.
Oh what? Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
Showboat. Then he also had the Little Flying Warrior.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know. And then the Eighth Man.
Okay.
Is that?
I never heard that one. I
Yeah.
never
So
heard
that's what they're saying, that Kobe had a lot of. But yeah, his middle name is Bean. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yeah.
Which is
Two foods. Kobe steaks and beans. So, you know.
His parents were hungry, I guess.
yeah, it was one of those, right? Having a kid and you're hungry, you gotta do something.
So when you think of Kobe, I guess you kind of named your moment, but is there another, like, as soon as you say Kobe, you think of something?
Yes.
What is it?
I think it really has to do with his outside of ball.
Okay.
I actually was very proud when he won the Oscar.
Yeah.
I think that was epic because, I mean, when we think of basketball players, we think of sports, right? Kobe is Kobe. He's gonna win these sporting awards and stuff like that. But now to win an Oscar, you have some brains.
Yeah.
First year out.
Yeah, you have some brains. You are more than just that quote unquote dumb jock who plays sports. You know what I mean?
Not a one trick pony.
And I mean, even with that, real quick, they were saying that by him winning that.
You better get your notes in order.
Yeah, no, they're right here. They're right here. It says when he actually won that, he became the first African American to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film.
Wakanda forever.
Jeez,
That's big.
And he was also the first NBA star, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean,
LeBron will be second.
I mean, second to Kobe's not bad still, but
so one of my favorite moments of Kobe is, don't quote me, I don't remember. I believe we were up 2-0. It might have been 2-1 actually. But a reporter was like, "Well, Kobe, you're up 2-1. Aren't you happy?" And blah blah. We haven't seen you smile. Why? He's like, "What's there to be happy about? The job's not complete. Do we win a championship? Job's not complete.
it's a great response.
The job's complete. I'll smile." And that goes back to what Forte said about the dedication and just his drive. He's different. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care about laughing. Like, we got to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got to get the job done.
He said, like, what would you rather, friends or banners? You know what I mean? And a lot of us would rather friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, my name up there. Played for the same team, and he has 2 jerseys retired.
That's crazy. Do you think the whole league should retire those 2 numbers?
I know a lot of teams are doing
I
that.
think that's a personal choice. You know, it's up to you what you want to do. Everybody grieves in different ways. Everybody shows different. You know what I mean? Like, not that would happen, but if a guy gives $1 million but doesn't change his number, am I supposed to judge him? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. You could wear it to represent him.
But that's what I was going to say at the same time. It's like, it's one thing with the Lakers retiring his number, but he was never wearing that number with your team. So
No, I know.
Does it mean the same thing?
But I feel like there's a lot of players who kind of want to give him that respect. Because I did see a statement from Norman Powell saying that he would change his number. There's a couple players who said they would change their number. And I like I said, I think that's just them trying to show that respect, right?
Yeah.
There's some that, like you said, like you're saying, Forte, who'd want to wear the number, and there's a lot who are like, you know what, because he wore this, like, I want to give it up so that we can remember him by it, right? So
No
I don't know.
what, no one's forgetting Mamba.
nah, you can't, you can't.
I hear you.
So I mean, also, I think LA, and I believe they're going to do it. I think they need to put a statue of him outside the Staples Center. I mean, I just think it's gonna happen, but obviously, you know, certain things have to happen. Maybe, you know, like at a 10-year anniversary after his tragedy, something like that might take place. You know.
No.
I don't think it's gonna take that long.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying I use that as a number, but maybe
not
2
even 10
years.
months. Like, no. I want that trophy. I want that statue up yesterday. Like,
Yesterday.
You know what I
No,
mean?
I feel you.
We were watching the start of the game. We saw the tribute and stuff, and somebody brought up a point that the statue should have GG, and honestly, that would be amazing. I'm all for it if they were about doing that. But I mean, teacher's own. If I see a Kobe statue, I'm happy either way.
Either way.
And
Either way.
I hope that wherever he gets buried, it's somewhere where the public can visit. If there is, then I'll definitely visit.
For sure.
There's only 2 people in my life, celebrity-wise, that I've had on that level. It's Kobe and Jay. That's it.
So I mean, in the we talked a lot about, you know, Kobe's career. We talked about, you know, a little bit about his family and stuff like that. I think we briefly touched on the tragedy of itself. But for the most part, what do you guys feel about the reports of how the tragedy took place? And I know it's a tough one to answer, but
You know what? I don't want to touch on that. I'm not there. There's a lot of things out there right now. I'm not there. I just want to be in a positive space with it.
Positive space?
Yeah, I just, it's a lot. So I don't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Forte, you?
I don't really know where you're leading with the question, but as far as the reports, not to really get in any type of negative reports, but I think it's just about the whole situation and how it happened and what was happening. Like, I think it's I don't know if ironic is the right term, that he was going to Gigi's basketball game at the time that the plane went down. You know what I mean? Like, being a father, being a supportive father. You know what I'm saying? Taking his daughter to a basketball game. And I'm pretty sure that you saw it too. But there was an interview of him explaining why he takes helicopters.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much just to be there to spend more time with his family.
More time.
Stay away from, get off the street, so there's no traffic in the air, obviously, right? So he has more time with his family. He can avoid all that traffic. He's not going to have to miss anything. So he invested in taking these helicopters to be with his family. So I think it's just strange how everything came into play, and this is the thing that kind of brought him down. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Actually, it was actually, for me, kind of just jumping off what you're saying, Forte, it was actually crazy to see a timeline of how Kobe's day went. Like, he was that father, get up, kids get ready, drop the kids to school, get home, get in the helicopter, make it to practice, get in the helicopter, make it back home, get in the car to be waiting in line to pick up his kids. In my brain, I still can't fathom how he got that to just gel and work together. That was his routine on a regular basis. So, once again, I think that goes to show for his dedication, for actually his love of the game and to his family. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think when I said like, how do you guys feel about the reports and stuff like that? I think there was in the beginning there was a lot of conflicting stuff. Because initially they said there was 5 people, then it went up to 9. So there was stuff like that. My job field or my day job is working at the airport, so I kind of have a good sense of, getting permission, weather, that type of stuff. And I found it very strange that his helicopter was even granted flying permission on a day like that. You know what I mean? So certain things like that they're question marks for me. It's like, and I mean, okay, I get it. Let's say you're like, they're saying the helicopter pilot had a lot of experience and stuff like that. Were there any red flags? Were there any questions? You know what I mean? So I just feel like there's a lot that's still missing that's helping bring the whole picture together, which is maybe why a lot of people can't really get any closure from it. You know what I mean? And for Vanessa on her end, with the exposure of it and how the media is covering it and everybody's covering it, it's something that it doesn't turn off. No, never. You know what I mean? Off, and she doesn't get that, when, like, as a normal person, something happens, they get to sit down, think about it. Like, she turns on the radio, she probably hears it, turns on the TV. More recently, I think, from what I understand, her Instagram page was initially public. Now it's private. You know what I mean? And it's probably just everything's just overwhelming for her. You know what I mean? So, definitely think that I hope that they can get a whole picture, a whole scope of what happened, and kind of piece it together for everybody, so everybody kind of can get some closure from the story and what actually happened.
You think that would change anything, though?
You'll never know truly.
That's what I mean. Like,
you'll never know truly, right? But I feel like right now it's one of those where we're like, okay, did the pilot make a mistake? Was it helicopter error?
But regardless,
you know what I mean. I feel like
the outcome. You know what I mean?
No, it won't change. It won't change. Yeah, it won't change the outcome. But I feel like if I knew that it was a quote unquote, let's say, mechanical error, right? that could happen to anybody. You know what I mean? So for me to be like, why was he up there? Why was he doing this? Why was he flying that weather?
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with it. It could have been a clear day, and it still would have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think for some people it will give them that closure. Others, it might not sway them either way. Right? In terms of business, Kobe was a great businessman too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great businessman. Had a lot of sponsorships. Lost a lot of sponsorships during his rape charge scandal. One of the ones that actually stuck by him was Nike. So Nike was the one who refused to drop him during that. You know what I mean? So it's one of those guys, man. He had a lot of trials and tribulations, but somehow stuck them out and kind of came out on top.
Yeah.
So I mean, I see First Class's shirt over there. You had that specially made for today, or?
That's specially made, man.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
I think we touched on a lot. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap it up?
No, not really, man. I don't have anything else. I mean, I feel again, it was Kobe, Gigi, and then the 7 other people that were on that flight. So
Yep.
I know we're talking about Kobe today, but there's a lot of other people that are affected just as much as we're affected by Kobe. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's hope everybody finds some healing, some peace, because this is one of those experiences like life-changing, life-altering. It's not something that you're never going to get, it's never going to fully get past. It's always going to be there, so.
For sure. For me, yeah, man, I think obviously it's hard for everybody, but I think LeBron kind of said it best, and we just got to celebrate him, celebrate his life, celebrate his accomplishments, and I think everybody as a whole kind of needs to stay strong, which is hopefully going to help his family stay strong and help them get through. Definitely praying for Vanessa. Obviously she's going through a hard time, but she still has 3 kids to take care of. You know what I mean? She still probably has to make arrangements and a bunch of other things. So, I'm hoping that her love as a mother, man, and that loving wife just kind of gets her through her time. For Kobe's family, his parents, they lost a son. So I hope that they can stay strong in this time. And yeah, man, I hope that his legacy could just live on. I hope that that's one of the things that we can kind of, build stuff off of and just kind of keep it going. WNBA, keep pushing that. Junior women's leagues, and just stepping outside of sports. So, doing these short films, winning Oscars, winning Emmys, that type of stuff,
I hear that. I guess it's on me. Again, I feel for Vanessa. I feel for the families that lost people in this tragedy. Thank you, Kobe, for being my inspiration for so many years and so many years to come. We grew up together, I don't know. I mean, I think sports in a way can raise you in a different way than other people can. I think if you talk about coaching, that was the first family outside of your family. Learning how to be disciplined in sports, you can really put that to life, and just being able to not only see him grow, but see me grow by the lessons he taught me. Seeing him go into this new chapter of being a father, seeing him be so dedicated, no matter how much his celebrity status was. it's amazing to see. You know what I mean? And also just your maturity level. Him always wanting that family life. I brought it up earlier, but like we thought like, oh, you know, having so many girls was cool. No, what's really cool is being a real father and taking care of your child and being a family man and just enjoying those moments that you'll never get back. And it's just things like that that really make you, you know, put everything in perspective. This weekend, or not this weekend, this week we played ball and Super League was one of them. But I went to everybody that had a child and I said, yo, thank you for being a good father. 'Cause we don't tell each other that enough. I mean, and Jay, while we're on the topic, thank you for being a good father.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You're a black man, and the statistics always told us that there's not a lot of us.
Yeah.
But there
Sure.
is. We're beating statistics and we're making it more than what it should be. The whole, I talked about it earlier, but the whole LeBron versus Kobe thing, it's that there's no more of that. There's just love. That's it. And I think for me, as much as his basketball career was amazing, the thing I'm going to take away is just spending time with my daughter. Making sure that I put that time in, because as much as I wanted to walk her down the aisle, I may never get that opportunity. And if I don't get that opportunity, I wanted to know what I felt, what I would tell her, what I would do for her. And like I said, I don't know how to put it in words. It's hard for me, man. This one really hit me hard. It crushed me, still crushes me, and it's hard. I mean, our family ripped apart. There's 8 families, 9 families ripped apart, really. And Kobe's just the guy that we always got to see, but the other families are going through it just the same.
Mm-hmm.
I do vow to have Mamba mentality in my household, in my life, in my relationships. I came up with this idea called agree to disagree. There were a lot of people that went through this ride with me. Jesse Forte is the only one that was there from the beginning to the end. Then I contacted a DJ. He happens to be sitting right there. I apologize if I get emotional. Thank you for giving up your time and for sitting here with me every time. And I think we've done a great job. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And it will happen again where I take things for granted. But I hope that I don't, especially you two. I love you guys for being here. And yeah, Mamba mentality till the end. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
You can't cheers that. I don't got enough liquor in my
I'm
cup.
gonna pour some liquor. So yeah, man. Like he said, Mamba out.
That's it.
Yes,
Mamba
sir.
forever.
Mamba forever.
I'm forever.
All right. So that wraps our show. I mean, at the end of the day, it's agree to disagree. So hit us
Nothing to
up.
disagree about today, though.
Not to disagree, man.
Yeah, for sure. Hit us up though. Let us know how you feel. Hey, we're here to listen. We're here to get, if you have something on your chest out, hit us up. You can find us on all streams of social media. You can email us or you can Google us, A2D the show. It'll come up, or agree to disagree. 100% it'll come up. And we won't stay too away. We won't stay away for too long. We'll make sure that we're here, and we just get it out, share our thoughts, share our feelings. like First has said, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the hosts. And we love you. Mama mentality, man.
And before we leave, shout out to Kayla. She did a great artist piece on Kobe and Gigi, and we're gonna post that for her. And yeah, that's it. That's all. R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. Gigi. R.I.P. to the families. Let's lift up 2020, man, because this is a rough start.
Very rough start.
We could go up from here, man. You know what I mean? A2D is back.
That's it. Agree to disagree.
We remember. Kobe Bryant wasn't just a Laker. He was, as Magic himself said, the greatest of them all. A friend, a father, an icon. We see it now as Kobe plays on in towering murals and forearm tattoos, in meticulously painted fingernails and simple pencil sketches. In carefully arranged flowers and basketballs and jerseys. And altered subway signs. And changed lives. Kobe was beloved unlike any other. He captured the hearts of an entire generation. He was even introducing us to the next one.
Kobe and his daughter in the building.
It's the way he made us feel. From even the littlest fans to his very own daughters. Like no dreams were out of reach. Like nothing was impossible. He set out to be like Mike, and here we are, wanting to be like Kobe.
Kobe! 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 Shoot paper balls in the trash can. Kobe!
He helped forge a dynasty, tore it down, built another. That was the audacity of Kobe. Inspiring and maddening. He made us believe we too could be the greatest. We just had to put in the work, like Kobe.
We're gonna do it for Kobe.
We just had to dream big, like Kobe. We just had to keep going, like Kobe. So we don't just grieve. As fans, we remember the man and the lesson. With every 8 and every 24. With every tossed ball of crumpled paper.
Kobe! Kobe! Kobe!
We sing his name. We channel his spirit. We silently run down the shot clock.
Mamba out.
We remember, and we play on.